Hey everyone, this is the second week of Prime Gaming in February, and the game this week is Aerial Knights Never Yield. On Metacritic, this guy scores 74. You're looking at $12 on Steam, and it's about an hour of gameplay it took me to complete this game. This is a side scroller, but kind of set up like one of them endless runners in mobile games that you've seen. Based off the controls is just the WASD or D-pad on a controller to play. I played on a controller, so you'll see the D-pad a lot. And those are your actions. You press up to jump, left to leap over objects, so like a smaller jump, down to slide, and right to sprint or dash through certain objects. So the story here isn't too much going on. You're a character and you have some important information or a container that you're trying to get to this news outlet. It seems like the people that run the city is trying to stop you from that. So a government controlling this city is kind of where this story seems to take place. There is 3 difficulty levels. I played on normal, but if you increase it, you decrease this amount of slowdown time for the obstacles and the amount of like a heads up. Usually you would get these lines at the corner of the screens, which you can see through the gameplay every now and then. That gave you a heads up, but I will admit it was off sometimes if they were a bunch of quick objects coming up. I would recommend too, I held the sprint button down a lot. As you could tell, you see me pressing right a lot during the gameplay. You will have some segments you will die on because of that, because if you press it, you notice like this like almost shield or initiation animation happens, and that takes some time. So if it's a back-to-back object, you will have to let go. And that's how I died a lot of times on this. Overall, the presentation is the big win here. The graphics were awesome. It's kind of this like neon Tokyo style. It takes place in Detroit, I read. And overall, the game looks cool. I like the feel of the city. I like the tech surroundings around your character. I really enjoyed the looks of it. But the biggest thing I have a compliment for is the music. Just the soundtrack is made for this game, it seems. I never heard of any of the songs, and it fits perfectly. A lot of the things kind of happen with the music. So in this graphics and music, you're just put into this world, and I enjoyed that a lot. The final level was a big win because of the soundtrack to me, and I enjoyed that a lot. As I mentioned earlier, this game is on the short side, only 13 levels. Took me about an hour. I had like 50 some minutes of recording while doing this. But overall, this is more like an interactive. Aerial Knight is a artist from reading his Twitter page, so I could see the feel here, and I'm glad seeing a lot of these artists getting into video games. But a lot of times I wouldn't call these your traditional video games. It's like more interactive. I think this game would be awesome on mobile. It is on mobile, but playing it, you could see how a touchscreen would work with just these 4 controls. But overall, download. I enjoyed this game a lot. Again, the plus here is the good graphics and sounds. The soundtrack is amazing. That kept me locked in, and the time flew pretty fast for this hour. So I enjoyed it a lot. Con here is kind of what I mentioned about the controls and all. It's kind of like a quick action game. You're not really doing too much. Touch controls would have probably been a lot better. So if this did look like interesting for you and couldn't see yourself playing on a monitor or TV screen, I would recommend checking this out mobile. It seems like a cool little game just to have and play. But yeah, overall, I enjoyed that game. This is so far my winner. I will hopefully see you next week for the next game that's coming out. And as always, you have about 30 days to download this. By the time you're seeing this, you might be in the 20 days. So hope you check this out and see you later. Peace.